Hey, it's Jay here. Today I'll be doing the gender tag challenge. If you haven't heard of it, it's just a list of about 10 questions about and relating to gender. So I guess we'll get going here. The first question is, how do you self-identify your gender and what does that definition mean to you? Okay, well, I identify as a transgender boy, and that simply means that when I was born, I was assigned female at birth, and I'm a boy. A dude man, as I call it. It's pretty simple for me. What pronouns honor you? I prefer he him pronouns. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to using they them if someone insisted they wanted to use those, but definitely not she her. Uh, Makes me want to murder people when they call me she. So, hey, third question: describe the style of clothing that you most often wear. Well, mostly I wear stuff like jeans and a t-shirt. A lot of the time I wear some pretty punkish looking stuff like band t-shirts and Jack Skellington and leather pants. I only have one pair of leather pants, but and ripped jeans and stuff like that. I do wear a lot of women's clothes only because I'm only 17 and my parents aren't really supportive, so they force their gender roles on me and make me wear female clothes. But if it was my choice, I'd wear a lot of button-ups and ties and vests because I'm that guy who will dress up in a tie to go to Walmart. Yeah. So there's that. And oh, my real style is a lot punk prep mix. I don't know what to call that. Talk about your choices with body hair. How do you style your hair? Do you have facial hair? What do you choose to shave or choose not to shave? Obviously, I don't have facial hair because I'm pre-hormones and pre-surgery and pre-everything. But the hair on my head, I don't really style at this point. I just kind of wash it and let it dry, and it flops all over the place. Sometimes I don't even brush it, but usually I do. I'm really lazy. As to what I choose to shave, I mean, I don't really shave my legs because it's not unhealthy or unsanitary to not shave your legs, and I'm lazy, and I also don't really care to shave my legs. Like, it's not important to me for them to be very smooth. I do shave my armpits just because I feel like, it's if you don't have armpit hair, your armpits won't stink as much. So, I mean, that might have been too much information. But talk about cosmetics. Do you choose to wear makeup? Do you paint your nails? What types of soaps and perfumes do you use, if any? I botched that sentence. Okay. I don't really wear makeup a lot. I used to a lot more, but like as time goes on, I feel more and more dysphoric wearing makeup. So every once in a while, I might wear some eyeliner. The few times lately, I've tried to wear lipstick or something more grand than just smudged eyeliner. I've felt really dysphoric, so I've been avoiding that. Do you paint your nails? My nails are painted right now, but usually I don't because I'm lazy, and it also kind of makes me dysphoric. I mean, right now is fine, but I don't usually paint my nails for that reason. What types of soaps and perfumes? I don't really use perfume, and I have to use plain body soap because my skin is really sensitive and I'll break out. And I'll be like really itchy, and I just don't really care for perfume. Also, if I get it on my skin will itch because I have really sensitive skin. Have you experienced being misgendered? If so, how often? I've been misgendered for most of my life, and I really didn't know I was trans until like two years ago, 3 years ago maybe. So I've been misgendered all my life, and still am almost every day going to school. But I mean, lately it's been better because I do get misgendered a lot, but I've been passing a lot more, especially since I got a job, and the uniform we had to wear helped me pass pretty well. I mean, I passed almost constantly at work, so I do get misgendered a lot, but it does make me feel better that I'm passing more now on top of it. So, do you experience dysphoria? How does that affect you? Um, I've already, stated that I feel dysphoric, when I wear makeup and prettier things, especially dresses. Like, I know this is a problem with a lot of trans guys or trans people in general, but the more time goes on, the less I can wear a dress. And I mean, I feel very uncomfortable wearing stuff like that. And I feel a lot of dysphoria with, the boobies, the chesties. I have really small boobs, but I mean, I still feel dysphoric because it's the one thing that can ruin me passing, because if I can cover up my chest, I can pass, at least to strangers. So yeah, it's otherwise I pass pretty well. I think I'm pretty lucky. Um, Talk about children. Are you interested in having children? Would you want to carry a child if that were an option for you? Do you want to be the primary caretaker for any children you might have? Well, I don't really want children. I don't really want to carry a child. In general, I just really don't want a kid. I mean, I have a hard time taking care of myself sometimes. And I mean, I love kids, but I just don't want that kind of responsibility. And I also want to live my life, freer. That sounds kind of selfish, but I mean, if I had a kid, I'd want to be able to pay attention to them. And I feel like I would want to just sit in my room all the time and play on the computer, and I would have to pay some attention, and I don't want my kid to feel like I'm not paying attention to them, which I would be, but I just don't want to have to divide my attention between a living being and the rest of my life. I don't want them to feel like I don't pay attention. I don't know if that made any sense. But if I did end up pregnant, I would carry the child and I would take care of it, and I would, do my best at least. But yeah, if I had a choice, I really wouldn't. I just want to be able to focus on the rest of my life, and I mean, it's a cruel world. I want to bring more children into that and into it and watch them suffer. So, but yeah, if I did have kids, I wouldn't want to be the primary caretaker along with whoever I had the child with, obviously. So, talk about money. Is it important to you to provide for a family financially if you choose to have one? Is it important to you that you earn more money than any partner you may have? Do you prefer to pay for things like dates? Are you uncomfortable when others pay for you or offer to pay for you? I don't really care that much to make more than my partner, because I mean, if they make more money than me, it's fine, because if they're my partner, I mean, if I'm living with them or whatever, then obviously it should be our money if we're living together and we're together to a point. If we're married, it's definitely just going to be our money, but I mean, if we're only dating, then it's going to be a little different, but generally, if we live together and take care of each other, we should share a lot, so it doesn't really matter to me. It is important for me to provide for my family, but I mean, to a point, I think all my partners should help provide, because it should be a balanced relationship. That's really what I'm looking for, or what I want to have, or what I have. You'll never know. I mean, about paying for things, it would depend on what it was. I'd like to, share, paying for things and, divide it evenly, as I said, and depending on what people are buying for me, it might make me uncomfortable, but generally it won't, as long as they're not spending more money than they have on me. It doesn't make me that uncomfortable. And anything else you want to share about your experience with gender? Well, I don't know. I just want to say that even before I knew I was trans, I'd always had a lot of problem with fitting in and gender roles that I never understood, and I guess just overall I've had a mixed experience with gender. So that's the end of the 10 questions and the end of my second video and my first official video other than my introduction video. So yeah, that's the end of my gender tag. So goodbye. And remember, cross your heart, believers never die. Goodbye.